The Zig Ziglar Corporation has discovered a man who claims to be 2,000 years old. He has such a wealth of knowledge that we decided to hire him. In fact, we are scheduling a 2-day seminar with him in June here in Dallas, Texas. The following is a recent interview with the 2,000-year-old speaker. You've had an incredible life, haven't you?
I have, yes, definitely. 1648 was a bad year, but 1969, great year. The Mets won the World Series.
Well, you must have had a lot of different jobs.
No, really just one job.
Only one job for all that time? What did you do?
I was an orator.
An orator?
Yeah, what you call today as a public speaker.
Well, how did you get into that line of work?
Well, it was easy. I was too lazy to work and too scared to steal, and I like chicken. I eat a lot of chicken. Well, it's a good thing I like chicken. But really what I'm known for is I've worked with the greatest speakers in the history of mankind.
Oh, really? Who did you work with?
Well, do you remember Patrick Henry?
Yes.
Well, I worked with Patrick Henry. Do you remember Winston Churchill?
Of course.
I worked with Winston Churchill. And do you remember Ralph Simpson?
No, I don't remember Ralph Simpson.
That's because I didn't work with him.
So you worked with Julius Caesar?
Well, not so much Julius, but I did work with his buddy Mark Antony. Mark Antony gave the eulogy at Caesar's funeral. He had it all wrong. His starting point was I convinced him, instead of saying, hey, y'all, listen up, I convinced him to use friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. That worked a lot better, don't you agree?
Yes, well, how about Abraham Lincoln?
Honest Abe. Not as tall as you'd think he would be. In 1863, I met Abe. I was giving a workshop entitled, So You Want to Be an Orator. Abe dropped by. But Abe didn't have an opening to his presentation. In other words, I teach something called a first burst. Abraham Lincoln's first burst was not good. What he wanted to say was, about 90 years ago, our fathers brought forth, I said, Abe, baby, work with me here. So he agreed that he should say something like, 7 years ago, and that worked a lot better, and more memorable, wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes, actually, it's more memorable that way.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, what are you doing now?
I'm trying to stay alive. No, what I'm doing now, I'm working with the Ziglar Corporation. We're putting on a workshop this June about being a speaker, being a professional speaker, and how you can get involved. So if you'll watch these little notes here, we'll tell you how you can register.
What's the best thing about being 2,000 years old?
The best thing about being 2,000 years old is that there's no peer pressure. My birth certificate is in Roman numerals. I remember Captain Crunch when he was only a private, things like that.